Hello. Just checking we're live. It looks like we're all up and running. Good, good, good. How are we this afternoon? Hi Marie. Those roses you bought me are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Opening really well. Hi Pam. Hi Chrissy. Hi Christine. Hi Susan. So we're going to do some techniques because I haven't had time to do a proper card, but sometimes it's good to do some techniques. Talking to the ladies this morning, it's quite good to, you know, if you've lost your mojo, you can just do some kind of techniquey kind of things and it gets you going again, and I quite like it as well. So yeah, so some stamping technique. Hi Eloise. So some of them, actually one of them we'll be doing, which I actually showed you on Sunday, but the rest I think will be fairly new. Which ones to start with first? Hi Debbie. Cold. It's a little bit, I've got my lamp on, it's a little bit darker this afternoon, obviously because it's not the morning. Hi Ian. Hi Melanie. Oh, it's lovely to have so many of you join me this afternoon. So we're live on YouTube and Facebook, which is lovely. I can see there's quite a few people watching from YouTube. Welcome. Right, okay, so most of the products we use are available on my website juliawattscrafts.co.uk for shipping to UK addresses, and I will tell you if I don't have it and give you some idea of where you can get it from if I know. Okay, so first of all, I think we're going to actually do some groundwork for the technique we're going to be doing, because we need the ink to dry. It will dry quite quickly because we're going to use StazOn, which I never use. And this is a piece of like photo card, white gloss card it's called. I think I've got some on my website, can't remember. If I haven't, give me a shout because I do have some in stock. I just need to move it around. Hi Annette. So let's just pop this in here. I am going to use, this is in the sale section, which is the Très Chic Rose Blooms from Sentimentally Yours. And this is a nice big A6 background. You don't have to use backgrounds. You could actually use little stamps and make yourself a background of it. That's absolutely fine. I'm just checking that it is big enough. I don't know how I'm going to anchor it though. Let's get a piece of kitchen roll. It doesn't have to be perfect though, so I've already got my excuses all ready for you. Let's just pop a piece of kitchen roll in here. I could have done this before, but sometimes it's good to actually see it, isn't it? I seem to have bought an extra magnet home with me. It's nobody else's, it is one of mine, but I've left some stuff over at the maker's house today. Let's see if we can just... Honestly, what? I'm brain dead today. Let's have a little bit of glue on the back, because we're not really anchoring it with the magnets. Hi Christine. Has the postman just been this afternoon then? I don't know, they're canny, aren't they, the posties? So a nice big A6 background, which is going to mean I'm not going to be able to use any of my magnets, which is fine. At least it keeps this all stuck down. Right, And we're going to use StazOn because StazOn dries really, really quickly. So StazOn is actually very, very good if you want to stamp onto acetate or onto mirror card, or like we're doing onto gloss white card. And I'm using the jet black. And you can get it in this little size or a full size. Oh! Do you know, I said to the ladies today, I've never done that, but I have this time. Oh, stuck. Sticky, sticky, sticky. That's not going to work, is it? Ridiculous stamp. Right. Let's get another piece out because that's all mucked. No, actually, no, we'll still use it. It'll be fine. Right, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do it this way. Obviously, ink it. The thing with StazOn is it smells like marzipan. It has a lovely smell to it. Lots and lots of inking. I don't know how juicy this is because I never use it. And we're going to just take this direct to paper. So we're going to forget about using the actual platform. We're just going to do it this way. Since my stamp was very sticky, it's probably a combination of the gloss card and not actually using the stamp for quite some time. Let's peel that away. Oh, it's a bit dry, isn't it? That's not good enough. Let's try again. I mean, there's light and then there's that. That's not what I want. That's absolute rubbish. Let's try again. I hope this isn't dry. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a brand new ink pad out. That's what I'm going to do. Hang on. I don't know how long I've had that ink pad open for. It could be dry. So let's give that ink pad a little bit of a rest. And this is a brand new one. This is Blue Hawaii, which is obviously a blue. I don't know what colour we get out. Now, if this doesn't work, then I don't know what will. Lovely marzipan smell on all of them. I really like marzipan. Right, let's try again. Another piece of card. We'll do the same thing. Well, Christy, you won't want to have the StazOn ink pad then, will you? I really like it. I have got a very, very sweet tooth. I think I've got a bubble in the stamp there. I can see a bubble. Let's have a look. Oh, that's better. That'll do. I must have had a dry ink pad. This is interesting because this is a mix of brown and blue now. It's very sticky. It's quite nice. I quite like the mix of brown and blue. Right, so that's going to go aside to dry. That's all we're doing with that for a minute. I will clean that off with the StazOn cleaner in a bit. I don't know what I've done with it, but I will do that. So we'll come back to that. We'll bin that. That's part one. I need to clean that off with the StazOn cleaner now as well. Right, so next what we're going to do is... I've got a list somewhere. Oh, I know what we're doing. Yes. Let's take one of the new stamps from Creative Expressions that was out last week. There were 4 new, I didn't my stamp platform. There were 4 new background stamps. This one is Daffodils Tapestry. And let's take some super smooth watercolour card. And we'll do this, because they're A6 stamps, we do the same thing with the card. And we're going to, oh, come away, Julia. I'm getting giddy. Okay. Oh. Oh, what planet am I on today? I've no idea what I'm doing. Whose idea was it for me to do a live this afternoon? Oh, I know, it was mine. Right, so I've taken the rubber out because it's a rubber stamp, so it's deeper. It actually, you can get away with leaving your rubber on if you want to, but then what we're going to do is, oh, did I bring a Mr. bottle home? Hang on, bear with. Oh, see, I left all the stuff at the maker's house, and I need a Mr. bottle. I can get one tomorrow, but I need one today, now. Oh, flip. Right, we're gonna have to. Oh, it's so annoying. Right, I'm gonna just compromise a little bit. Which doesn't really help very much because I need to get it on there. Do you know, I've got about 6 Mr. bottles and I've left them all at the maker's house. This isn't going to really help me very much. I've just dipped it in water. Now there's water on there. Which is fine. Which is absolutely fine. Where are we? So pretend that I've just misted that stamp with water. There is water on it. I think I'm going to leave that there just in case. And I'm going to use distress pencils. And this is set 1. And I've got mustard seed. I've got peel paint. And we'll stay in set 1. And I'll use a little bit of rusty hinge as well, because it's rather than going into the other sets, which I don't have available. And now we're going to just use the, can you see? I'm going to just use the distress pencil and draw on this. Now some of these areas are very, very wet. Just remember, I'm going to write myself a note to remember to pick up one of my Mr. bottles. I was chatting as I was packing away, trying to think what I need. And I left some stuff that I need. So this isn't damaging the pencils at all, because these are quite waxy pencils. They're not like the crayons, they're entirely different. They are watercolour pencils, but they will just, when they dry again, they'll just dry down again. You won't damage them. You can sharpen them, and Tim recommends a Prismacolor sharpener, which you can get on Amazon. I've got one, which is really good. I did remember to bring that back with me, but it's in my handbag. So we're just colouring in where the daffodil kind of, are they called sepals? The ones around the edges of the trumpet in the yellow. And it will be quite watercoloury because of the water that's on there. I have got one that I did properly. Can't believe I haven't got my Mr. That's a head hair. So there is one technique I definitely can't do because I haven't got a Mr. And I've just looked to see if I've got any in stock and I haven't. I think that's the last one. Obviously, the more water you've got, the more kind of a watercolour effect you're going to have. Then we go on to Rusty Hinge. We'll put Rusty Hinge on the trumpets. And the one that I did before, which I'll show you in a little while, I've used Spice Marmalade, which I think is in set 2. But I'm waiting for more stock to come, so I can get some more set 2. And then sets 4, 5 and 6 are apparently coming into my stockist this month, hopefully. I should be chasing them if they're not in by about the 3rd week. Find out when they get in them. When I know, then I can take pre-orders. They are pre-mounted stamps, yes. Sorry, I've only just looked up because I've been colouring. So if they're brand new, I'll show you when I get a brand new one out. You just have to peel the backing off and then they self-cling. All of Creative Expressions stamps are pre-mounted nowadays. You don't get any unmounted stamps from Creative Expressions, and they're all scrolled as well for you, so you don't have to do any trimming. This is Peel Paint. Oh, there's another Ed here. It gets everywhere, that cat. So now I'm doing the stems. It doesn't matter if some of the areas merge. I mean, they're definitely going to with the amount of water I dip this into. That's why Mr. Bottle's so much better. I don't even have any of the ginormous ones. Right, nearly there. So there's no skill involved. Do try and make sure that you've got some crayon on all the areas, because there's nothing worse than missing a bit. Having said that though, because we're in the stamping platform, if we do miss a bit, you can just stamp again. I'm not sure how washed out this is going to look because I'm improvising, but you get the idea. I think I've done all the stems now. There's a little bit of stem there and another Ed here. Oh, cat. Right, a little bit there. Let's stamp this now. So it's going down onto something that's got a bit of water on it anyway, so it's going to be very watery. It's a big stamp. Let's see how bad it looks. Oh, that's a right mess. Oh, not a very good example, that, is it? I wonder if I'll get a decent one if I just go direct to paper. Let's have a look. I don't mind. Wait, there's 2 sides to a piece of card. This is all because I don't have a mister. Not one single mister in the house. That's a little bit better, but it's still too merged. I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. The technique's there, but it's not, it's just rubbish. Here we go. Look. Isn't that nice? That's how that's supposed to look. So if you slightly missed your stamp with water, rather than dipping it in to some water, you get the same thing. So I did exactly the same, but I misted it and it turned out really nicely. And also, I've done another one. This is the Indigo Blue Carnation stamp, and that's with Peel Paint, Picked Raspberry and a little bit of a barn door. So it does work, but not if you do it, if you just dip your stamp into some water, because there's just too much water. That's really annoying. Really annoying. It's beautiful when it works, but you know, don't do what I do, do what I say. And you will find that the pencils will actually stain the stamp, but it's not damage the stamp. I use I remember to bring my what's it called, nail brush back so that I can clean them, but I did not bring my mister. That's going to be the saying of today. I did not bring my mister. So you can also do the same thing, which I was going to show you, but I can't now because I haven't got my mister. I might have mentioned that. Where's my tin now? Tin. There's my tin. Right, you can actually do it with the watercolour blending brush pens. You do it slightly differently, which is why I can't do it at all. This is the this stamp, which is the Foxglove Garden. Again, it's a mounted. Yeah, you do mist first and then use the colour. So I did show you the right way around, but because the only thing I could do, Christine, was dip it in the water, which is not the thing to do. You mist with water and apply the pencils like I showed you, but obviously mine was too wet because I dipped it rather than misted. However, when you use the watercolour blending brush pens, it's very, very important that you do not wet your stamp first. What you do is you take your dry clean stamp, and do make sure that you've not got any Versamark on here. So if you've used Versamark, make sure you clean the stamp. Don't wait for it to just dry, actually clean the stamp, to clean all the ink off. And then you, on your dry clean stamp, you then use your watercolour blending brush pens. Then you, what I did, there's two choices. You can either mist the stamp and stamp, or you can actually mist the card and stamp. This is misting the card and stamping, which is the safest way to do it, because if you then want to add any more colour to it and re-stamp, your stamp isn't that wet. It's not all in the grooves, in the recesses of the stamp. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's the way you do it. You clean dry stamp, apply your watercolour blending brush pens, and then I've misted the card and then stamped, and then you get that effect. So that's just 2 pens from the watercolour blending brush pens. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll have to show you that another week when I've got my misters. It's because I'm going into hospital at the end of next week, and so I've left all my stuff at the maker's house. Okie dokie, so let's do this. Let's do this now. I should be all right with this. It's not a very good demo today, is it? Right, let's get rid of this mat as well. And this is called the faux linen technique, and was taught to me by my friend Sue Wilson. And some of you, if you've done workshops with me, you will have done this. Okay, so that's nice and dry now, 100% dry. And this is just a piece of fine sandpaper, and we're going to drag the sandpaper. Don't do it on your mat, because it's a surface that's going to get damaged. So don't do it on your best dining room table either. So I'm just dragging it towards me, because we're going to do it in like a cross hatch. See if I can anchor it, and then we turn it so it's 90 degrees, and we go this way. What we're doing is we're aging the card, and obviously because it's a gloss card, we're scratching into the gloss card surface. Clean that off a minute. It's not the quickest thing to do in the world. Just clean that off a bit. Oh, that's my bin now. We'll bring the mat in again. What did I do with it? There it is. And I'm going to apply some ink direct to the card. This is Vintage Photo Distress ink. mucky with this. And then we're going to get some more kitchen roll. I'm going to clean it up a bit. So it's already looking a bit aged, and you can already see, I'll hold it up to the camera in a minute, you can already see the lines that we put in it. You see how it's already getting distressed. This particular technique, you can stop whenever you want to. I'm going to go again. I'm going to cross hatch again. Makes a great background, this one. I like it with this stamp actually. I'm going to go this way. And you go, this is why it doesn't matter if the stamping's not brilliant, because you actually are removing a lot of the design underneath, so it really is worn paper. I think this is probably all we'll need to do on this. And then we'll just add some more ink. You make sure that you clean that off. I've just rubbed it over with the kitchen roll, because you don't want dust on your ink pads. And then again, we're going to go again with a vintage photo. Mine isn't that juicy because it's quite old. That's fine. And then give it a buff up. And you really get some ink into those creases that or etchings that you've made. It makes I think it makes a really nice background. It does look like linen. It's called faux linen technique. That's what Sue calls it anyway. So there we go. There's one that's worked. Even after the full start. Now I can't even miss this down. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm lost without my mister. I bet you I've got one somewhere, but I just can't put my hands on it. Okay, so that's that one. Really, really nice technique. I really like that one. Right, next let's use, let's see, what was I going to do with the other one? Oh yes, I know. Let's use this one. This is the Poppy Patch, and this is a brand new stamp. I haven't used this yet. Sometimes you get a little bit of kind of, I don't know, dust from where they've scrolled it on your stamp. There's a little bit on that. So when it's a brand new one, you've got this carrot sort of bit of packaging here that you need to peel that off. And when you peel that off, then this is the clingy bit. This is Poppy Patch, as I said, and what we're going to do with this one, we're going to put this one, let's try it on a block. I might regret it, but let's try it on a block. It'll be par for the course today, really, won't it? Again, it's an A6. And we're going to use some Indigo Blue Flitter Glue, which I don't have in stock, but obviously you can get it from Indigo Blue. In my opinion, this is the best glue for these techniques with gilding flakes. So we've got a piece of whatever it's called. Oh, I've got to go in here. Mine's so old that I think I'm all bunged up. this is a piece of it's like foam stuff. What's it called? Cut and dry foam, that's what it is. I'm going to get a spatula. I've got one in here. Of course not. That. Make sure that's all mixed in. I think that'll probably be enough actually. You don't want to waste it. And this foam, you can clean it out. So you can pop it into some water and clean it out. So we're going to make sure we've got a piece of card. Just watercolour card I'm using, and we're going to use this like an ink pad, so you tap 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 over the surface. Covered. And then I have to stamp sideways on. 1, 2, 3, and then you pull it away and put that side to dry. Now if you don't want to do another image, then you need to get this cleaned off straight away, but I'm going to do it on black card as well. It's a good idea, I think, while you've got your stamp dirty and you've got your glue pad going, you might as well stamp a few times. So 1, 2, 3. Just about see it. And then we go once more on a piece of watercolour card. Lots of tapping. Sometimes your kind of second and third are actually better than your first one of this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got 3. Don't put them on top of one another, and don't let the cat walk over them. Now this is now going in my bowl of water to clean it off. Don't leave it there for ages. And if you've got any on your acrylic block, make sure you clean that off as well. This you can either pop into a bag so that it doesn't stay usable, but what it does do is it doesn't attract any dust. Or again, you can pop that into your bowl of water, clean it out and use it fresh next time. Like I say, if you've got your product on there, you might as well keep on using it again and again and again. Can you use this technique on the high gloss card too? Yes, you can. Yes. So let's put that to one side. And that should be dry now. Let's get rid of this so that whatever we use isn't attracted to it, which of course it is. So you can use a number of things with this. So you can obviously use gilding flakes, you can use your mica powders, you can also use glitter, and you can also mix those products together. So for this one, which is the first one that we did, it might be the worst one, but we'll see what it looks like. It's definitely got something on it. Just about see it. So for this one, I think what we'll do is we will go for, let's go for gilding flakes in this one, shall we? Let's go for gilding flakes in this one. This is called Copper Teal. I don't have this one in stock. It's from Cosmic Shimmer, but I do have some others. I'm a bit tight. Rather than opening another one, I'm just using up what I've got. Let's just sprinkle some of this over. There's a big piece of copper there. when you get to the bottom of these you can actually just mix them with other ones that you've got a tiny bit of and make your own mixes. That should be enough. And we've got a piece of Rub It Scrub It here, which I do have in stock as well. And we're going to just move this around. And this kind of then shows you how good or bad your stamping's been. Don't panic straight away. Do it lightly to begin with so that you're covering the whole area with flake. This is quite a solid stamp. We'll see how we got on. And then you scrub. So we've rubbed and now we're scrubbing. So lots of circular movement. Really. And what you're doing is you're kind of buffing it up and also removing the excess. Goes everywhere. Of course it does. Really? Isn't that a nice stamp? Even if you missed a bit, it doesn't matter. It is quite a, they are quite grungy images, so I think that's pretty good, pretty true to the image actually. Oh, don't put it on top of the other one, Julia. So there's your gilding flakes, right? We should have done 4 really, so that we could mix one. Right, in the next one, I'm going to leave this here. Now, am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to get rid of that. Start afresh. I can't be doing all these little bits. It's gone everywhere. I love it and I hate it. Definitely a love-hate relationship with the gilding flakes. I only clean my desk at the weekend, and it's a mess. Right, let's have another piece of paper and bring another one in. Right, now what we're going to do is we are going to go for this one, and we are going to bring in some glitter. And this is Blue Mist, Sentimental Yours Blue Mist Premium Super Fine Glitter. I don't know if Phil's got any more, I haven't got any, but we're going to just, any super fine glitter will do. And we're going to pop it on here. So this is going to be quite subtle. Oh, it's just too subtle actually. It's quite nice, but not what I wanted. So what you could do is use a brush perhaps to go over it. Quite pretty, isn't it? It's just too light, the glitter. But great for a wedding card though, do you think? Really pretty. And because we've used glitter glue, it's not going to come off. If you burnish it, it's not going to come off like glitter normally does. Any superfine glitter will do. Pretty. That's number 2, and then we'll go to the black one. Let's put some of this back. This would look better on black actually. Probably more of an interference, so it might not look blue at all, it might look green. You never know with glitters. It's definitely got some interference going on. Everybody still there? Got any comments for a while? Right, let's go to the last one, which is on black. Right, so where is it? There it is. I can see this one more on the black. And yes, if you wanted to, you could actually put embossing powder on it and heat set it. You could do that as well. Right, let's grab some markers. What colour to do? What's going to show up nicely on there, I wonder? What colour that's going to be? Perfect plum. Well, that's got a bit of glitter in it. Let's have that. This one's perfect plum. I don't know what I've got left in stock. This one's got a little bit of fine kind of glitter in it. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to take one of the Cosmic Shimmer soft brushes, and I do have these in stock. What colour was that I was using? Do you mean the glitter, Annette? The glitter was the Blue Mist. This is Perfect Plum Radiant Lustre Pigment Powder from Sentimental Yours. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on the poppy heads. I wouldn't normally need this much, but I want to do a bit of combining. I think that's a poppy head. Let's pick up some of that. And there. What else is there? There's one down there. That's a bud. That's a bud. What's that there? I think that's one as well. Just there. Like that. What's that above it? That's one, that one. I think that's it. Keep that there for a sec. Then we're going to go back into our Gilding Flakes. And we're just going to pop some Gilding Flakes around where the stems are. Gilding Flakes last a very long time, so I'm not stressed about wasting some. Right, put the lid on. Don't sneeze, don't breathe, don't do anything around Gilding Flakes. And then we're going to use the Rub It Scrub It just to move those Gilding Flakes round. And where the, I didn't take that part, where the mica powder is, it should resist the Gilding Flakes, she says. Yeah, it does. It's just sometimes nice to mix your mediums on your projects. So you could mix the glitter and the Gilding Flakes, or you could mix the glitter and the mica powders or the lustre powders, or you could mix the all three of them if you wanted. Now we scrub, and you can see where I've not put enough of the mica powder on. Well, I am liking that. Give it a... What do you think? It's pretty, isn't it? Really pretty. Liking that. So there's a few ideas of how you can use your mediums with your rubber stamps and your glitter glue. Like I said, in my opinion, the indigo blue glitter glue, this one, is the best glue that there is for using flakes. Highly recommend it.
And I can say that even though I haven't got any in stock, because I do really, really like it. Oh, I'll be on the floor. And I've had that years, and my kind of nipple bit is, as they call it, is a little bit bunged up, but you can see that the actual glitter glue itself is really useful. Now I need to get rid of some of this mess here before I do anything else. Let's just dip in there. So yeah, so water is great for cleaning up all the building flakes and glitter that you've just decided to go everywhere. Just before, you know, the cat will be wandering around there, isn't it? Not where the cat is actually. Right. How are we doing? Doing all right? Good. Right. And I was gonna, what else was I gonna do? Yeah, I was gonna do one more. There's one more that I can think about at the moment because I can't actually use. Oh, I've got my mister. Hang on a minute. Just talk amongst yourselves a minute. Let me just put those there so you can see what they look like. It's going to be really annoying me if I can't show you. These are all with the watercolour, the distress pencils. Yay! Found a mister. Oh gosh. Right. Should we go back and do that technique properly? That first technique. Let's do that because it is actually really good. Right. Where are we? Where's my block? Oh, I'm so excited that I found that. You watch, I'll go to use it and it won't work. Right. Okay. Distress pencils. Let's use. Oh, I know. Let's use this one. This one's a nice one. This is Indigo Blue Vintage Berries. I do have one of these left in stock. Oh, sneezing when you've got gilding flakes out is not good, is it? I remember my friend Sue Wilson. We were talking one day, and she said she'd love to be out in a field with a pot of gilding flakes and turn a fan on or something, because you wouldn't want to do it inside, would you? Right, so let's mist this with water. I want to do it away from the camera. Okay. That's got a misting with water, and these are berries. So let's do let's do Villainous Potion, where the berries are. Let's have a look at the stamp. So the berries are down here. You can see it's a lot less wet than before. And I haven't put it in the block, in the stamping platform. We've got berry here. Berry here. And there's another berry here. So we'll go back in for our peel paint, and we'll put peel paint all over the leaves. Do watch on YouTube. Tim Holtz did a video when he originally launched the first 3 sets of pencils on his YouTube channel. Just search for Tim Holtz. And have a look at, he's got a second video when he launched the other 3 sets, and they are really, really useful. I do actually really like watching Tim's videos. Even if you've seen some of the techniques before, it's really good for a bit of a refresh. And sometimes he makes mistakes just like we do as well, and you know, it's fine, you know. Everybody makes mistakes. Sometimes you get a happy accident and something happens that you never thought would work, and it does work. Right, so now we've got peel paint all over the place. Goes over there, and get a piece of watercolour card. I might give it another quick mist actually. It's looking a bit dry, that's looking a bit wetter, hopefully not too wet. I don't know which way up it's supposed to go, but we'll see. Yeah, look at that. That kind of works, doesn't it? Obviously it's wetter here. So if you're in your stamping platform, you might think, oh, that's a little bit, it's not as wet, but you can give it a mist as well, and it'll start to move around a wee bit, because the water, the distress pencils are water reactive, so they will actually move around a little bit. They're not like the paints, which are permanent. So that's definitely, you can see that there's definitely the separate colours as opposed to the absolute mess that I made with the dipping my my daffodils in, which should look like that. So that's that, and then I'm going to just show you the other one. With just so that, just in case I haven't made myself clear. Which set did I get out? Did I get one out? Oh, I did. The watercolour blending brush pens. So we'll choose. No, let's have that other one. So I've done purples. I don't want to do purples again. Foxgloves are lots of colours, aren't they? That's a pink. Let's do a different green. Let's do that green. So we don't get mixed up, because you do need, it is a good idea to do them in different ways. So we go to the Foxglove Garden. Now these are all the new stamps, the rubber stamps from Creative Expressions are available as special order items on my website, with a 7 to 10 day dispatch. And don't worry about the stock on that, because they're rubber stamps and they're actually made in-house at Creative Expressions. You're not going to be not able to get them. The only time that's true is if they're really, really old stamps and Creative Expressions are just selling them off. But these are brand new, so there's not a problem. If they haven't got any stock, they make it. And quite often with rubber, once it's been out for a little while, they just make them to order, which isn't surprising considering how many products Creative Expressions have. So you can see I'm just going with the watercolour blending brush pens. Don't ask me what set these are from. All my sets are mixed up because they're at workshops, and it's just impossible to keep them separate into the sets. So just Remember, this is a dry, clean stamp. All that's been used on here is watercolour. It's stained, but that doesn't matter. It's clean. So you can just clean it off, just in cold water, and I use a soft nail brush just to clean it as best I can. Right, so that's all the pink. Then we're going to go on with green. It's not quite as dark as I thought it was. But it's very hard to tell when it's on rubber. All Creative Expressions rubber is on grey rubber. It's just a matter of choice. They've always done grey rubber. Okay. That's all covered. And then we get another piece of card. We give either the stamp or the card a mist. I'm going to give the card a mist, because that's what I told you to do. It's quite absorbent card, so I am going to go quite heavy with the misting, and I need to go that way because I'm holding it. Give it a good old press. Like I say, you could do this in a stamping platform, absolutely. If you're going to, I would probably cut your card a bit bigger, but I've cut all these into A6 pieces. There we go. Looks cool, doesn't it? Obviously that's running down, which is fine. Loving that. So now you can see that this stamp has got water on it. So if you want to do it again, you've got to dry this off, and then apply more water brush. Don't apply the water brush to there when there's water on it, because you don't want to damage your water brush. Okay. So that's that. One more. I've got one more technique to show you before we finish today. Let's put that over there. And if you want to stop the card from bowing like that, mist it on the back as well as on the front, and it will stop it from doing that so much. Right, so I've put those in the water to clean off. And now we're going to use the fourth of the new stamps, which is the Dreamy Harebells. And this is another brand new stamp. You can see this hasn't been trimmed at all. This is a proper background, this one. And again, we need to peel off the packaging. Don't keep that, just throw it in the bin. It's not necessary to keep it. And we're going to pop that in here. Now we're going to do a technique that I did yonks and yonks and yonks and yonks ago. And we are going to grab some pixie powders. I haven't used pixie powders in ages. Let's go for Purple Twilight. I don't know which ones to use. The thing is, they all work together really well. I want teal. Where's the teal ones? That's Aqua Lagoon. That might work. Oh, teal wash. That's what we have. We're having Candied Pink, Purple Violet and Teal Wash. That's what we're having. So just copy a paper. It's been such a long time since I've done this technique. I might make a right pig's ear of it, which will actually be part of the course for today, really, won't it? Have I just done that one? I've just done that one. We've got a bit of purple violet down here. Teal wash. That's really faded, that on there. Okay. Should we see what happens? Where is it? There it is. So we're going to have it in here like this, and we're going to rub it around the stamp. Let's have a look. Oh, that's nicely covered. There's a hair bell there that hasn't got anything on it though, and there is another gap. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some more powder on. We do it in the same order. So this is a purple violet. And don't think, oh, I'm using a lot of product. You're going to get a lot of prints out of this. I've probably not got enough card cut out for all the prints you can get. I think once I did this and I got about 12 prints out of it. Pixie powder is the same as brush shows. No, they're not the same as brush shows. I believe that brush shows are just dye and pigment. Pixie powders are dye, pigment and mica. So no, they're not the same. If you want an equivalent to brush shows, you're looking at Pixie Burst, which is another Creative Expressions Pixie product, which is under Jamie Rogers' brand. Can you do this technique with clear stamps too? Yes, you can, absolutely. It's just easier with rubber stamps. I think it's easier with rubber stamps anyway. Oh, that's nicely covered now, isn't it? There's a little bit down there that's not covered. Let's see if we can get some on there. Yep. You do want to make sure it's all covered. Oh, this is going to be so beautiful when it's stamped. Right. Right. And this here, if you wanted to, you can wake it up, put it to one side and use that for a background. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right, where are we? Let's clean that off a bit because it will. Do be careful because when you wake pixie powders up, they do go everywhere. Right, let's have a piece of card, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mist this away from the camera. Need to make sure it's wet enough but not too wet. That'll be alright. You can see the colours on it. Obviously I've got to do it that way because I'm always on the wonk. You could as well mist the card. I've always done it misting the actual stamp. Let's turn it over actually. I want to make sure I get it all. Obviously turning it over, make sure you don't move it. It is a big A6 stamp. Ready? Oh, look at that. Isn't that? And when that dries, you can't see it at the moment, but when that dries, you'll have a beautiful shimmer on it. I have got there's some muck there. I think it's come off the stamp. I'm going to leave it until it's dry. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Let's come back to that in a minute. Let's get another piece of card. I'm going to mist it again. I'm going to get another print. I am so pleased I found a mister. I
can cope with having that one. See, that's lighter, but still very beautiful. Still very beautiful. Let's see if we can get another one. So we're going to mist again. You can't actually put this back into that that photocopy of paper mix though, because it's wet. Just so you know. And again, this may well stain your stamps, but you know, just put them in water, use a soft nail brush and you'll be able to clean them. Let's see what we get. Still beautiful, still going. I haven't got another piece of card, otherwise I keep going. It's really pretty, isn't it? And we've still got all that ink left on there, or all that powder on there, so I can get quite a few impressions out of that. I mean, you might think, I mean, that's beautiful, but if you might think, oh, that's not for me. But remember, you can die cut flowers and things out of that, which is just going to work really beautifully. Let's see if this is sparkling yet. It's not dry yet, so it's not shimmering yet. So that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed that. We've done loads and loads of techniques. Some have been better than others because I hadn't got a mister, but we've got 3 prints from the Dreamy Harebells with the pixie powders, and once again I used Purple Violet, Candy Pink and Teal Wash. So, and like I say, you can order this from me. Don't worry about the waiting for it, because it will definitely be available. So we've done those 3 from that. I've also done the a good decent one, a print from the Vintage Berries from Indigo Blue. I have one of these left in stock, and that's with the distressed pencils, set 1. And stock of that is coming in tomorrow, so you can pre-order that. I've also done the faux linen technique, which has got in the background the Rose Blooms stamp from Sentimentally Yours, which is on sale at the moment, so you can get that at a great price on there. Oh, bang, 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 bang. And I've also done some bits and pieces with, oh, we've done the foxglove, haven't we? So the foxglove, this is dry now. That's with the watercolour blending brush pens. That's Foxglove Garden. And I also did, with this one, the Poppy Patch. I did the Gilding Flakes and Radiant Lustre pigment powders and the Superfine Glitter with the Flitter Glue. So that's on that one. And although it was a bit of a mess, it is possible with the technique that I did for this one to get a really good print out of the Daffodils black background stamp as well. So I see the fairies in the last one. Yes, definitely fairies in that one. It's perfect for fairies. Yes, definitely. Just be careful though, because it's when you want to stamp on top of pixie powders, sometimes it will interfere with the stamping, so it might be better to fussy cut your fairy or use a die cut fairy on there. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Like I say, you can actually watch back at any time, and you can pause and stop and craft along if you want to. Most of the products, except for the ones I've told you, are available on my website. And I will be back next Wednesday at our usual time of 10 AM. Thank